Hey friends, it's Maigen Thomas here, and it's Tuesday, so it's time for Mentorship and Motivation. Now, I'm starting these with a series of questions, and I do mean I get lots of questions from folks, and I just want to answer them in as frank and direct a process as possible. I just want you to have the answers that you need, and please, your questions are always welcome. So today, I wanted to answer the question that I hear pretty often, which is, how do I stay motivated when I don't hear back? Okay, UX friends, we are going to talk about one of the toughest parts of the job search. That is staying motivated when you're not getting any feedback. And what I mean when I say not getting any feedback is you're not getting a first interview, you're not getting called back on that interview, but mostly it's that first, I'm applying and nothing is happening in return. So that's super frustrating. It's very lonely, and it can, in fact, make you feel like this isn't for you. It can make you feel like you're not welcome in the industry, and I need you to know that that is not the case. Your efforts are not going to waste. They're not going nowhere. Here's the thing. Your motivation is your North Star. Your North Star is still there. The reason, your why for getting into the UX industry is still there. It's just the industry has shifted quite a bit since you first started to enter it. It feels out of reach right now, and I'm sorry about that, but I do promise that it is going to turn around. So today, let's talk about some ways that you can stay focused, keep your momentum, and push through those quiet periods without losing hope. So first, let me set the stage for a second. Let's acknowledge that it's okay to feel frustrated. It's more than okay. It is human, it's normal, and it's reasonable. I get it. We're not going to stay there though. Job searching is always a pretty hard process. It's especially difficult in a competitive field like UX, and it has become more difficult as a result of the last few years of layoffs, some impact in tax laws, and let's be real, generative AI has had an impact as well. So how do you keep going when the silence that you're receiving feels kind of deafening? So first, reconnect with your North Star. It's easy to lose sight of your bigger goals when you're bogged down by rejection and lack of responses. Take a moment to reflect on why you started this journey. I know most of you did not get here simply because someone said, oh, there's lots of money to be made in the tech industry. That wasn't your only reason for joining. It wasn't your only reason for deciding UX versus coding versus project management, any of these other tech boot camps or degree programs that you could have taken. You chose this one. Why? Write down your North Star. Write down all the ways that you think you could make an impact. Write down all the ways that you love the life that you're building, and write down things about the people that you want to serve. Keep that list somewhere visible. Maybe it's on your desk, maybe it's a phone background, maybe it's just a note that you keep in your device that you refer to occasionally. It might just be a sticky note on the mirror. Let it remind you why you're putting in the work. Something else you might need to remember to do, to remind yourself to do, is focus on what you can control. Rejection and silence will always feel personal. There's no way around it. Even though they're often not personal. It's not you, it's me. Never feels like it's you. It always feels like it's me, right? But that's not the case here, I promise you. You're going to need to shift your energy to focus on things that you can control. So make sure you're tailoring your resume and your cover letter for each role. Practice those interview skills. Don't just become the best job seeker this side of the Mississippi, but in fact, focus on how can you bring your best to each application you submit. Make sure to continue building your connections on LinkedIn and attend those industry meetups. The relationship is what I think is most likely to get you a job, is that someone that you know puts your resume in front of someone that is hiring. Remember that every action you take moves you one step closer to your goal, even if the results aren't immediately visible. Now, you should also make sure to set small, achievable goals. So the job search can feel very overwhelming and seemingly endless, especially right now. So it's important to break it down into smaller, more manageable steps. You can apply to 3 jobs this week. Reach out to 2 professional connections for a little coffee catch up. And update 1 section, 1 page of your portfolio. Celebrate every small win. Progress is progress, no matter how small it is. And don't forget to live out loud a little bit more in your job search. Now, I'm not saying like make long complaining posts. We know those people, and those people are really just bringing more negative energy to themselves. But if you learned something new, fantastic. Share about it. If you posted something new, amazing. Share about it. We have a tendency, especially those of us who are not like right on the edge of extroversion, that's a little difficult for us to embrace, but nobody's going to know about your achievements, even the small things, especially the small things, if you don't share about it. So continue to build up your presence and create a support system. The job search feels very isolating, and it's important to find people that also help you stay motivated and positively focused no matter what's going on. So yes, there's lots of online communities, there's Slack groups, but there's also local meetups. And consider attending local meetups for things that you didn't have any idea you might be interested in. You do not know who knows the next person that you could work for. Consider finding an accountability partner. Maybe you can check in and share experiences or tips. Do it regularly. You need human communication, especially during this isolating period. So set up those quick coffee chats. Someone who understands your journey can make a big difference in just having a positive little chat about, wow, isn't this crazy? But here's what I did, and that was really exciting. Just having quick check-ins with folks can be really positive and build your support system. Now, one thing you can also do is take care of yourself. I don't mean this to sound super silly, but burnout makes it hard to stay motivated. And I don't think that we've seen anything more burnout inducing in the last decade than the current job market. Job searching can be a full-time job, but it is not your whole life. Your goal is not to be the best job seeker that anyone's ever met. So schedule your breaks, prioritize your sleep, make time for activities that recharge you. And it is so okay to step away from the grind when you need it. You will come back stronger. Something else that I want to bring to your attention is silence can feel like failure. And please do not take that on your shoulders. This is not a judgment call on you, on your value, or on who you are. Instead of seeing the lack of responses as rejection, just view it as part of the process. The right opportunity is out there, and every no brings you closer to a yes. Remember, persistence pays off. Staying motivated during your job search is not easy, I get it, but it's not impossible. By reconnecting with your North Star and focusing on what you can control, setting small goals, and building a support system, you can keep moving forward even when the road feels long. The work that you're doing matters, and your breakthrough is closer than you think. What is one small step that you can take today to move you just a tiny bit closer to your North Star? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to cheer you on as you take that next step. And this is a little bit of Maigen magic to help you keep your motivation strong. Remember, the silence doesn't define your journey, your perseverance does. So keep designing your future one step at a time.